Hello, this is Joshua for Frost Dragon Designs, and today I'd like to talk about all the pins I released in 2023. So before we do anything else, don't count them, don't count how many are in each row, just look at the picture and think in your head, how many did I release this year? I'm gonna tell you the number at the end of the video, we'll find out if you're right, but just take a guess, don't count, just guess. How many pins does this feel like to you? Alright, now with that question out of the way, what I'd like to do is go through these pins, not individually, but as groups, because I don't tend to release things individually, I tend to release things as groups. And the first group that we're going to talk about is the Black Cat RPG Series 4. This was a series of pins that I originally released through a Kickstarter that I started in March of 2023. These are all a part of my larger Black Cat RPG universe that I've been creating over the past several years. But the difference with these is the core designs for this grouping were all based on the 12 signs of the Western Zodiac. Other notable designs from this grouping include the Astral Dragon, which is a large 4.5-inch blue dragon pin, and then the little Fire Spirit Cat. This is a 0.75-inch flaming cat pin. The only way that you could get this so far has either been through the Kickstarter, because I gave one to every single person who backed that project, and then I've also been randomly throwing them in with orders either from my website or from my Etsy. I may eventually list them in my shop, but I'm not sure yet. The next group of pins that I'd like to talk about were all released through my Cute Cat Pin Club. This is a monthly pin subscription club that I currently run through Patreon. It used to be through my website, but I've had to switch it over to Patreon now. Every month of the year, I release a new cute cat pin. I ship it out to members of the club. The benefits of being a member of the club are you get the pin at a slightly lower cost, and you get it a couple months before everybody else. Typically what I'll do is I'll ship them all out to club members, and then I'll wait 2 or 3 months, and I'll list whatever's left on my website and in my Etsy. I'll make sure there's a link to the pin club in the description for this video in case you're interested in joining the pin club for 2024. The next group of pins I want to talk about is my miscellaneous grouping of pins for 2023. None of these designs were part of any larger project. They were all just things that I designed individually and released pretty much as soon as I got them in hand. And you'll notice that one of these designs isn't even a pin, it's a challenge coin. Although I suppose if we really wanted to categorize the pins from this grouping, it's either animals with D20s or opossums. Those seem to be the two categories that my miscellaneous pins from 2023 would go into. My next group that I'd like to talk about are my Standalone RPG cats. Again, these are also a part of my larger Black Cat RPG universe, but these weren't done through a Kickstarter or other crowdfunding campaign like I have in the past. These were just designs that I created and released them one each month throughout the year of 2023. Pins of note from this grouping would be in the upper left-hand corner is the Frost Knight. It is the only Black Cat RPG pin that has silver-colored metal plating. Also, the purple and yellow Moon Mage, the moons have glowing pigment in the white part of those moons, so that's another interesting one from this grouping. I also have 2 kitties here who are winged and wielding crystal weapons. I have a rogue with 2 diamond swords and a cleric with an emerald shield and an emerald hammer. These were inspired by the Amethyst Archer from Black Cat RPG Series 4, which was one of the custom kitty designs that I designed with the help of one of the backers. And I just thought that that was such a fun design that I really just wanted to expand on that concept of winged kitties with crystal weapons. So those 3 pins together are kind of like a little subset that I really enjoy. The next grouping that I'd like to talk about are my 3 Weird Sisters pins. Every year that Frost Dragon Design has been in business, I have a tradition of having a crowdfunding campaign for a witch cat pin or multiple witch cat pin designs. This year, the theme that I wanted to work with was the 3 Weird Sisters from Macbeth. And I did them in kind of 2 different styles. I have the triptych, the group of 3 kitties, where it's the 3 Weird Sisters in the style that I have done my Black Cat RPG cats. And I have a frog witch, a snake witch, and a newt witch. These all go along with parts of the 3 Witches chant from Macbeth. But I also had a pin design where I'm calling it the Little Sisters, and it's those same 3 witches, just as cute little house cat type witches. The last grouping of pins I want to talk about are my Cats Doing Science. These were all released through a crowdfunding campaign that I did on BackerKit. This was my first campaign that I've actually run directly on BackerKit itself. I ran this in July and August, and I was pleasantly surprised with the level of support that I received on that platform. This grouping of pins really started out as one of the Cute Cat Pin Club pins from 2022. I had a little chemistry cat that I liked very much, and it became very popular on my website and on my Etsy shop. And it was a little cat wearing a white lab coat standing on a book, and he was mixing some chemicals. And I just thought the idea of having more little cats wearing little lab coats standing on books, practicing different disciplines of science would just be a lot of fun to design. And so I designed them, and people apparently agreed with me that these were fun designs. A number of these designs sold out during the Christmas gifting season this year, and not only do I intend to restock the sold out pin designs, but I will be expanding the collection with what I'm calling More Cats Doing Science in 2024. So now back to the question from the beginning of the video. How many pins did I design and release in 2023? It turns out it was a whopping 78 pins. I was absolutely shocked when I sat down and counted out how many pins I had actually designed and released this year. I think part of the reason that number is so high though was because I had no intention of doing Cats Doing Science when I was planning out my year. But it was just one of those ideas that I had to do once I had it. Anyway, if you've enjoyed seeing this and if you want to see me actually designing the pins throughout the year, please go ahead, like and subscribe. I release a new video every week where I show the design process start to finish of all the new pins that I'm releasing throughout the year. Thank you so much for your time and have a great rest of your day.